Well, what's happening in the Delhi elections? Who's going to win? It's a really tough one because there are three parties this time. Historically, Delhi's been a two-party fight, BJP against the Congress. But now the Aam Aadmi Party is making serious inroads. That's what all the opinion polls say. So we'll try and figure out which way Delhi is leading. Is it going to be a hung assembly or is it going to be a clear verdict? That's during the course of the next half an hour, 45 minutes. But first, Delhi is more important for other reasons. Number one, as I mentioned, it's got about 12 million voters, while Jammu and Kashmir, the whole of Jammu and Kashmir has about 7 million. So it's about 50% bigger, Delhi, than the whole of Jammu and Kashmir. But more than that, it is also a state which is a bellwether state. Just let's have a look at what that means. The way Delhi goes, the rest of India goes. So these are very, very important indicators. Now, what do we mean? By the way, bellwether is not spelled with W-E-A-T-H-E-R, as Dora pointed out. That is the correct spelling. That is not a typo. So whichever party wins the Delhi Assembly elections also wins most of the seats in the Delhi Lok Sabha elections coming up. So the winner of the Delhi Assembly is also the winner of the Delhi Lok Sabha, which will come in about 4 or 5 months. So that's the first indicator. In fact, the party that wins this does better in the Lok Sabha. And then whichever party wins most seats in the Delhi Lok Sabha also wins the All India Lok Sabha election. In the last 5 elections, Delhi has been a pointer, has voted the same way as the All India Lok Sabha, the last 5 elections. Now, all this research is done by the one and only Namrata Gupta, who knows actually more about elections than all three of us put together and should have been here rather than us. And one more interesting fact, Namrata, has just emerged. And let's have a look at are there any bellwether constituencies in this country? And look at this. Last 10 elections, there have been 2 seats which have voted the same winner as whoever came in the center, whether it's the BJP, Congress, NDA. These 2 seats, West Delhi and Valsad in Gujarat. These 2 have, for the last 10 elections, I think that's way back to 77.
Correct.
So watch out for these, watch out for what's happening in Delhi in the Assembly, then in the Lok Sabha. Give you a good hint maybe on who's going to win the Lok Sabha election. One little other fact about Delhi, which most of us would have suspected, the rich in South Delhi don't like to vote. So Namrata did a list of turnout percentages from the lowest turnout to the highest. And look at the 5 lowest. Here they are. This is average turnout in the last 10 years. RK Puram lowest, 43%. 43%. A lot of bureaucrats there also. Okhla, 43%. Next one. This is the second worst. Third worst, Mehrauli, with all those lovely farmhouses. They can't leave them to go to the polling booth. Greater Kailash,
your constituency,
47%. Right where NDTV is, so we are going to get them out this time. I think that 47% is all NDTV voting.
That's right.
Right, and that's our story. And New Delhi, where all the Sarkars, the Sarkari Babus live, not even 50% turnout. The worst 5, the rich just don't vote. Shocking. And don't you look smug, because it happens in Bombay as well.
That's right. But I vote, unlike many
Malabar
people.
Hill is worse than Mehrauli.
That's right.
Worse than Mehrauli. Well, I mean, this is just, it is really shocking. We've got Kiran Walia with us. If I can just ask Kiran, first of all, Delhi, a very important bellwether state. But how are you going to get your rich to get out and vote? Shocking that they are 40%, 43%, 45%. Why is that?
Well, it has happened that in parts of our areas which are considered high-end areas, there has been a good percentage where they crossed even 50%. And excuse me, last time when the backdrop of where there was an attack on the Taj Hotel in Bombay and a terrorist attack, you know, we really thought, because of the discussions on all the channels and media were that there's not been enough care on issues of security and so on, and we knew that we might be at the receiving end. But I was so surprised that there was a very good turnout, and it also went in favor of Congress. So it's a very interesting study of what Delhi voter is about, and I think that the Delhi voter is very discerning, and they did come out despite that.
Right. Okay, let's get Vijay Goel, who of course is the BJP state president and also was at university, young man at university when I was doing my PhD. Now of course he's a great leader. Good to have you, Vijay Goel, and Yogendra Yadav, who I've worked with over the years, has now also joined the Aam Aadmi Party. But Vijay Goel, I wanted to ask you, educated, rich don't vote, while the poor are more involved and use the democratic powers much better. Why is that, and how can this be changed?
पढ़े रॉय, मैं ये कहना चाहता हूं कि ऐसा नहीं है कि अभी एजुकेटेड वोट नहीं कर रहे, वो भी घर से निकल रहे हैं, किंतु जाहिर तौर के ऊपर जो लोग झुग्गी झोंपड़ी में रहते हैं, स्लम्स में रहते हैं, क्लस्टर्स में रहते हैं, उनके लिए वोटर आई कार्ड बहुत महत्व रखता है और उनके लिए जनप्रतिनिधि भी ज्यादा महत्व रखता है, इसलिए क्योंकि उनकी समस्याएं ज्यादा होती हैं, चाहे वो कॉर्पोरेटर का इलेक्शन है, चाहे वो एमएलए का इलेक्शन है या एमपी का इलेक्शन है। दूसरा ये है, वो एक क्लस्टर्स में रहते हैं, उनको मोबिलाइज करना, उनमें कैंपेनिंग करना बहुत आसान होता है। इसलिए मैं समझता हूं जो कोठी के अंदर कन्वेंसिंग करना भी और उन तक रीच करना भी बड़ा मुश्किल होता है, एक एक दरवाजे को खटखटाना, अंदर जाना, उनको बाहर निकालना जी, फिर उनकी प्रॉब्लम्स भी कम होती हैं, इसलिए वो कम चिंता करते हैं जी। अभी इलेक्शन कमीशन ने भी बहुत अच्छी कैंपेन चलाई है कि भी ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोग वोट करें, इसके लिए उन्होंने सेलिब्रिटीज को भी इन्वॉल्व किया है। पर ये मानने को मैं तैयार हूं कि अभी वो लोग वोट कम करते हैं, पर जो कारण मैंने गिनवाए हैं वो कारण बहुत महत्व रखते हैं, क्योंकि झुग्गी झोंपड़ी क्लस्टर जो ऑर्डिनरी सिटीजन्स हैं उनके लिए ये बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है कि वो लोग इसके लिए वोट करें ताकि वो उससे अपने काम भी करवा सकेंगे और उनमें कन्वेंसिंग आसान होती है।
But I would have thought, I tend to, I understand those arguments, but I just feel it's your duty to vote, and if you're educated, you're doing well, you should go out and exercise your vote. I wanted to ask you, Yogendra, I don't know if you saw how Delhi is a bellwether state, whether you believe in bellwether. Last 5 elections, Delhi and the centre have been the same, and then these two constituencies, Valsad in Gujarat and West Delhi in Delhi, have also voted. These two in the last 10 elections have been identical. So you better win West Delhi, and when you go to Gujarat, you better win Valsad as well.
Allow me to begin with an advertisement, because the poll which came 2 or 3 days ago has actually picked up different parliamentary constituencies as well. And the only one constituency they have given us is actually West Delhi. So if you treat that as bellwether, there's some good news for my party.
Not bad, not bad.
But, I mean,
not bad at all.
But trust Namrata to pick up these things. Honestly, I didn't know that these two constituencies have flowed with the rest of the nation.
Lovely
I think it's only fair to say. Yeah.
But the general reasoning being given for the rich not voting, life is satisfied. Sorry, I interrupted. Were you saying something, Yogendra?
I was saying that it's fair. I think we should not think of Delhi as a bellwether for the rest of India. But it's probably fair to say that Delhi tends to flow with the rest of North India, and especially the part of North India which is Congress BJP. So it flows with that. For me, the more important thing about Delhi election this time is that it is in my eyes, it's a question. One crucial question is to be decided here: whether people want any kind of substitute or whether they want an alternative. Coming from where I come from, partisan as I am, I like to believe that there is, for the first time in Delhi, an alternative possibility which doesn't exist in Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and so on, because it's a routine old game being played out there. And if Delhi votes for an alternative, that has a much bigger message, perhaps.
Right. Okay, let's have a look at what the foundation is. and then see whether there is going to be an alternative. There's no doubt that over the years, we've always said that corruption is a major issue in this country for people's lives. But it's never an election issue. Why? Because an election issue has to have two factors. One, it has to be important to you, and two, one party has to be different from another party on that. So corruption is important to everybody, but they say all parties are corrupt. So how do it doesn't become an election issue? Now in Delhi you find there is a party that's come that is fighting as an alternative because it says it's not corrupt. And it has an image of being not corrupt, the Aam Aadmi Party. So finally corruption is becoming an issue in this state. But is it enough? Is it enough of an issue to change the face of this election? Let's see what happened last time. Remember, up to last time, if you look at the 2008 results, it was a two-party fight. And this is the basis of this election. Let's have a look at 2008. Remember, the halfway mark is 35, there's 70 seats. The Congress got 43, BJP 23. That's a pretty sizable majority, a sweep actually. What about the votes? Let's have a look. One of the highest votes actually that the Congress has ever got, 40%. But remember, look at that, only a 4% difference. But now the key is, you needed about 38, 39, 40 to get a majority up to now. But now with three parties, you can get a majority with much less, with a much lower vote, because the index of opposition unity is much higher. Let's just move on to what the polls are saying so far. This is what the polls are, the poll of polls. Remember, we haven't done our own poll. This is just reporting what everybody else has done. Halfway mark 35, we've taken CSDS, C Voter and Nielsen. BJP 27, Congress 24, AAP 17, BSP and others just 2. That is a really hung parliament, because 27 is 8 short of majority. But in terms of compared to last time, BJP up 4, Congress down 19. Remember, it got 43 last time. AAP was up, Aam Aadmi Party didn't exist last time, so that's a plus 17. And BSP is losing out a bit. What about in terms of votes? Let's have a look at what the poll of polls says in terms of votes. We move on to the party-wise vote percentages. This is what it looks like. BJP is getting, in terms of percentage of votes, here it comes, 31%. Congress 28, Aam Aadmi Party 26, and BSP and others 15. This is an average. Some are higher, some are lower. These are average of all the polls done by these organizations. So the BJP down 5, but still the largest party. Congress down 12, but still getting higher than the Aam Aadmi Party, which is going from 0 to 26. So where is the Aam Aadmi Party getting its votes from? Let's have a look. Finally, you can see that it's getting quite a lot of its votes from the Congress. For every 100 votes, if we look at the Aam Aadmi Party votes, where they're coming from, for every 100 votes that the Aam Aadmi Party gets, Congress gives it 50 votes of that 100. The BJP gives it, let's have a look at that, 20 votes. And the BSP and others are giving it 30 votes. So every 100 votes, that's where it's coming from. Congress, basically anti-incumbency, but even BJP is giving it some. So it's getting from everywhere, Dorab.